Some say it takes a village. Feeding over 100 people certainly takes a lot of planning, organization, and skill, and most of all, love. In this episode of the Creating Calm Network, Shine Our Light, we are shining our light on the United Church of Rogers Park weekly community feast. It is a soup kitchen, yes, but much, much more. In the kitchen is Chef Jason Schubert, who has been volunteering his time and skills to uplift the flavors of the food and the hearts of the people, each week preparing meals for numbers as high as 100 and sometimes more, wanting them to have meals prepared not only with love, but kicked up with flavor. My name is Ann White. I'm the founder of the Creating Calm Network, and I'm doing the filming on this hot, hot day in the third-story kitchen with no air conditioning as the volunteers prepare this delicious meal. With me in the kitchen is my friend, Nadya Schubert. She is the host of Notes from Spirit, an author, and today, most importantly, and I think you'll see the mother and son dynamics often in this video, she is the mother of Chef Jason Schubert. You will meet a few of the volunteers, Judy, the manager, Katrina, Naomi, and Marge. Or Nadya says it's Barb. In the chaos of the kitchen, we may have misheard her name. If you've never been in a food kitchen before, a soup kitchen, you're going to feel what it's like. The noise, what looks like chaos and confusion, but it's really all part of the flow that will create this meal. So sit back, relax, and watch the creativity and skill of this team led by Jason Schubert turn food pantry ingredients into a beautiful meal. It's amazing. And the website, if you want to learn more and donate, is www.ucrogerspark, that's ROGERS park.org. And you're going to be seeing a lot more of Jason Schubert because he is joining the Creating Calm Network with his program called Back to Basics. Enjoy.
So it's lying flat. Okay. You don't need to crinkle it up and whatnot.
Alright.
Okay. And then you just place the racks right in it.
Okay.
Okay, so we got our whole chicken. And I would suggest using a whole chicken versus buying prefabricated, just due to the control that you have when you do buy it. You have more control anytime you buy something that is in the larger the piece, the more control you have. You don't know how long a piece has been sitting there after a butcher's cut it or whatnot, and it's cheaper economically. Basically, we're going to break down the chicken into 8 pieces, 10 pieces, whatever we want. And the first thing we're going to do is make an incision on the thigh, in between the thigh. This is the dark meat. Once again, this is the leg and thigh, dark meat. And we're going to make an incision right here. You got to be careful not to hit any flesh. You don't want to ruin the flesh. So we're going to make an incision right there. Same thing on the other side. And then we're going to pop the joints on it. So we're going to pop the joint out. Just a quick pop the joint. And we're just going to follow the skin down, or the bone, and we're going to separate the thigh from the breast. Thigh and the leg, and we're just going to go, as you can see, where the thigh pops out here is where you're going to go through, and it separates real easy. You can see we got most of the flesh off. The ribs back here, they come down a little bit, so you're going to go right through them. Careful not to go into the breast. That's actually, with a sharp knife, like I said, you can see the backbone right here. It'll go right through it. Once you get down towards the back of it, you give it a little whack, and it goes right through. And you always save this for stock. The bones, you would remove the skin because that'll give you too much fat, but you'd have the bones, and that's what makes a delicious stock, chicken stock. So now we have our breast. As you can see, everything's removed except the breast and the wings. And we have our breast that we're going to cut. And there's our 10 pieces right there. So,
Putting up all the utensil cases, setting them all up.
When you get them all open, why don't you walk down the line and say what they are? Because I can't see the thing.
These are the ladles and serving forks. These are the measuring cups and spoons, serving spoons, miscellaneous utensils, cleaners, strainers, can openers, and graters, knives of all kinds, and longer knives. Ready for the chopping.
I would think people in Florida don't mind this heat.
But she moved to Sheboygan.
Huh?
I moved from Florida to Sheboygan.
Oh, well, yeah, then I understand. He doesn't seem to notice it at all.
Yeah.
So I come in and
Yeah, shake them up,
and
yeah.
everything out. Or I lose all my other volunteers.
Your name's Katrina?
Katrina,
Yeah. How long have you been doing this?
7 years.
And why? Why do you do it?
Well, I actually gained by doing this because it's good for my spirit.
Uh-huh.
Grab a knife from
We're
the,
helping our people in need. That's why we work here.
Wonderful. Okay, so we'll be watching you work periodically through here.
Yes.
You'll be working full time. We'll be watching you periodically.
Louisiana, are those pans?
Amazing.
It helps
Yeah.
out. Helps out with a lot of the people that come in.
And actually getting to meet the people and give them a smile and, yeah.
Katrina knows everybody here. For the menu when you get a second.
Menu?
Ask her for the menu. I forget if it's mac and cheese. I mean, we're doing vegetables, fruit. I think mac and cheese is the size.
Do you have any garbage cans?
Oh my
No, it's not even
God.
one though. It's just for the chicken.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure you had one for the chicken. We'll get more.
This is Nadya Schubert, Notes from Spirit, separating the garlic. All the way from Florida to Chicago to separate the garlic.
Yes, ma'am. The dedicated mom that I am.
And take the duct tape part.
Nadya, would you like to say anything to your followers?
Okay. And any particular?
Yeah, whatever you want. I grab one
I
mix
really
and one
enjoy
of the
doing
corn,
this. I'm
one
so
of
glad
the,
that I can get Chicago to help
carrots, whatever you want. Just not
this church. And my son served up a beautiful Sunday.
2 and 1.
Do you want to do the fruit salad?
So Marge just came in. She is wearing peach, as you can see directly in front, and she is an attorney and a nurse. And she's getting ready to maybe make fruit salad or onions.
I went away.
Naomi's doing vegetables.
The onions are over there. Where did I put the white onions? Oh, they're on the counter. You want me to open up cans, Jason, or finish the
No, you're just gonna have to give me that bowl back. You're gonna wrap some more chicken.
Or do you want me to make rub?
Like
I'll do that one then.
yeah.
Can I ask you why you come to the to cook here? Because
Well, I actually started coming because my daughter needed service hours, and that was how many years ago? Jason, 4 or 5 years ago. Now she's not coming anymore, but I love to cook, and it's just been a fun thing to do. So.
yeah.
He was very happy to hear you were here.
Yeah, for some reason I wasn't sure you were coming. For some reason I didn't know if you were coming. You can put more on these, Mom.
I'm
Make
tightening
sure
them up.
you,
I'm tightening
yeah.
them up as we
Isn't there a song called Tighten Up?
tighten up.
Do you have the key for the spice cabinet?
Dude, it's in my pocket. Come on, you want to grab these keys out of my pocket? This pocket right here? Oh, you got that. Here, hand. Reach your hand in my pocket right there.
Did I hear you just got married recently?
That one.
Congratulations.
This one. Yep.
It's okay, I'm a chaplain.
You can reach down over.
I'm a chaplain.
There you go.
I have been doing fruit salad and oranges and peanuts. And, of course, going along with the program here at the facility, I am rinsing the cans,
You're recycling.
recycling the rinse cans.
Of us that teach. Jason's a professional.
But what about
Amanda's
you?
a professional.
But you do have a grant. Tell us about the grant.
What I know about it is just that Judy wrote for the grant to craft foods and the Chicago Food Deposit.
For a year, it's $5,000.
You know more about that.
And I know she uses it to, we do get paid a little stipend for teaching it. And then we use it to purchase the food.
So you're in the class.
I'm one of the teachers. I have one next week.
Who else does that?
Amanda's also a culinary school graduate, and a woman named Sandy, more of a home cook also.
And basically it's for healthy cooking, and that's what it's for. So we're trying to teach a lot of people, the clients that we get are a lot of people that live alone, don't have a real vast assortment of cooking equipment, so we try to get creative and keep in mind their limitations or what they have access to. And we've gotten good turnouts. We get 12, 14, 15 people sometimes. And some more enthusiastic than others. And but it's turned out good. I know one of the guys actually bought a blender, and I know he made a you say you juice. He made it like smoothie. A smoothie. Yeah. He made a smoothie, and some people I know we've done oven roasted fried chicken with basically the bread and roasted. And people have picked up on that, so it does turn out pretty good.
You do fish that way too?
Sure.
Yeah, you did, or somebody did.
Oh, did I do fish like that? I think so. Yeah.
And this week I'm doing cooking for one in terms of people that live alone. A friend of mine suggested we're going to probably do teams and show people semi for one. But I'm going to mash one potato, cut up one carrot.
Yeah, that's neat.
And show them like that you can bag salad and put it in your fridge by yourself instead of buying it expensively bagged.
So that's wonderful. Yeah, a lot of people do live alone.
That big can, the big one right there in front of you.
Yeah.
Can you wash that? Yeah. Just with soap and water, wash it out. And we're going to defrost the soup in that. Okay, so we're going to season the chicken right now, and when we season the chicken, we like I said, we want it as dry as possible. You can always pat it down with a towel because that's going to help us with crisping it up. Any moisture in it is going to steam it versus getting it crisp, and our goal is to get it crisp, which is going to caramelize, give us some flavor. So the chicken's dry. It's separated between dark and white meat because the dark's going to take longer. And then whenever we cook chicken, we give it a dry rub, which is basically your dry seasonings. You can really do it with anything, but you need salt and pepper. That's what I would recommend. And as simple as that, that's all you really need. Of course, we have some cumin in here, some coriander, dried thyme. We basically grab whatever was in the cabinet today. Usually we add some paprika, chili powder, whatever you have on hand. Okay, not whatever, but you want salt, pepper, you heat, whatever, some herbs. I'm going to have more salt. Then the important thing when we season it is to get good coverage, because when you bite into chicken, you want it flavored. The salt tends to get a bad name, but if you look at what salt does, it draws water out. So that's basically what the salt does. So you can see, concentrates the flavor. Water's your enemy. It's your friend, your enemy in cooking, but when you're looking for flavor, it's going to dull any flavors out. So salt helps draw that out. And that's why it basically flavors the food, gives it flavor. So the higher you go, the more coverage you'll get. You also got to be careful about how dirty it's going to get. So I'm not going to go too high, but I'm just going to give it a good coverage. Remember, we have the skin on, so if people don't like it, they can always take the skin off. It's too much seasoning, but you want to get both sides of your chicken, okay? So both sides of your chicken, okay? We'll do one side, we'll flip it over and do the other side. Actually, I'm sorry, we have the oven at 400. And we're going to start it higher, and then we're going to bring it down. We're going to put it in the oven for about half an hour at 400. The higher the heat is to crisp the skin up. And then we're going to bring it down to 400 at 400. And then we're going to put it in the oven for about half an hour at 400. The higher the heat is to crisp the skin up. And then we're going to put it in the oven for about half an hour at 400. The higher the heat is to crisp the skin up. And then we're going to put it in the oven for about half an hour at 400. The higher the heat is to crisp the skin up. And then we're going to put it in the oven for about half an hour at 400. The higher the heat is to crisp the skin up. And then we're going to put it in the oven for about half an hour at 400. The higher the heat is to crisp the skin up. And then we're going to put it in the oven for about half an hour at 400. The higher the heat is to crisp the skin up. And then we're going to put it in the oven for about half an hour at 400. The higher the heat is to crisp the skin up. And then we're going to put it in the oven for about half an hour at 400. The higher the heat is to crisp the skin up. And then we're going And we have it skin side up first because any fat that melts off will help baste the chicken as well. So skin side up, as you can see. Good coating. We'll get it in. Then we'll lower the temp after that. We kept it too high, we cooked too quick, dry it out. So.
How long do you think it has to cook?
Just because the amount of volume that we're doing. If we were doing one chicken, if we had it at 400 and brought it down to 350, maybe 45 minutes, an hour. This will take about an hour and a half just because we have a lot of chicken, so the heat has to disperse and share its energy with everything, basically. So it'll take a little bit longer. But the only way we're going to know when it's done is when we take its temperature. It's the only way to be sure about when something's done. And chicken, we want to be sure that it cooks to 165 so it kills any salmonella or bacteria that's in it. You do the mac and cheese. My mom can do the vegetables. Do you want to dice the onions, Ma? Is your hands all right? Okay. Or the fruit? Okay. Yeah, that'd be great. Where we at?
I can dice onions if you like.
Okay.
Or without.
Let's take one and I'm going to...
How many?
What's that? Yeah, we'll dice them all up.
Those are the best ones.
Okay, now we'll see what you're putting in.
We're going to kosher salt. I like kosher salt. A lot of you'll see kosher salt getting real popular, or sea salt, only for the sheer reason of the texture. When you're seasoning something, it's got a good coarser salt, so you can feel it more than the. First of all, we don't need iodine in our diet anymore that we used to, evidently. That's why I believe they put it in there. But we don't need iodine, so I don't want that in it. And kosher salt's got a good feeling. Yeah. So just some. Maybe about 3 to 1 salt and pepper. This is black pepper. Anytime you can get the pepper and peppercorn, it's always nicer to use the corns. Once again, anything whole is better. You have more control. Because who knows how long this has been sitting around. Any dried spices you got to use fairly within a few months, or else all the pungency, all the oils in it, they're gone. So we use a little chili powder. If I had paprika, I'd use that. It's a little less spicy, and with heat, you always got to watch it. But you want a little heat. Maybe some of that. And we're going to go with a little fennel seed. This is great. Once again, if you get whole fennel seed, toast it in a pan, get a spice grinder, give it a little zip, and you get this. It's great with chicken. Real good with chicken.
I went to Home Goods.
So, some fennel. Hey, it's give us a sec here. Little fennel, and I'm looking for cumin.
Found it?
No, this is like Montreal seasoning. So this is salt, pepper, onion powder, sugar, chili peppers, garlic. There's some good ones. You just gotta, if you buy something like a seasoned salt, if sodium's an issue, you gotta watch it. I don't have a problem with salt. So this is a nice one. I mean, for chicken, something like that, it's always, the blends are better. It just depends how much you're cooking. If you could use it, and some of the blends are better. Yeah, check the list. Roasted chicken, mac and cheese, vegetables and fruit, black bean soup. Yes, dessert.
All right.
If you're doing black bean soup,
Black bean soup.
I'll grab it.
You want me to run and get it in the
So you want to grab it?
Yes.
What do we do? Six bags?
Okay.
Is that what we do?
Yeah.
So you do 3 in each, right?
Yep.
Oh, we got some vegetarian black bean soup.
Finally.
I thought we were going to get some cilantro. Yeah. Okay. So basically, here's our rub.
And I'm going to tell.
You'll hear the term rub. It's basically a mix of dry spices as a rub. A dry rub.
I can smell the fennel. Yeah.
Smell that fennel. Yeah. It's real nice. It goes good with chicken. And then there's several techniques. When you're grilling, they'll always start it with a dry rub if they do pork, if they do chicken. And then in the middle of the process, they'll sometimes they'll spray it to keep it moist with some kind of vinegar, some kind of sometimes apple cider vinegar, any vinegar. And then at the end, they put your sauce on. And the reason you go with your sauce at the end, either if it's barbecue, you don't want to burn it. If we put the sauce on right now, by the time we took it out, it would be black. So it's basically, it's all science. You're thinking about it, and the sauce will go on at the end because it's the last layer and flavor, and there's sugars in it which will burn. So.
My grandmother used chicken fat with sweet onion and eggs.
We're gonna put it in the oven. So we have the oven set at 400, like I said. We're gonna get it in for about 20 minutes, and then turn the heat down to 350 to get a crispy skin. If it gets too dark, you can always cover your chicken. Right now, I don't have any cover on it. If I covered it now with foil, once again, the moisture would come out and it would steam. So the goal is to get a crispy, dark skin. The best way to do that is uncovered, dry chicken, hot oven, and then lower it later. Okay, with anything you're doing, anything you're roasting. Probably have about a couple hundred pieces of chicken here that we're going to cook today.
I'm going to need somebody to pick this up. I know you or one of the guys want to.
I get it. Give me a second. Right behind you.
Is this your only stove, Jason?
I'm sorry?
Is this your only stove?
This is the only stove we have. That's why we're utilizing the bottom of the oven, which is fine for this, especially since we have it on racks to raise it up. So like I said, I'm going to set the clock for 25 minutes, half an hour. We're going to take a look at it. When you're cooking, you have to use all your senses. You can't just go by time. That's why it's an art versus a science strictly. We're going to take a look at it. We've got the crispy skin. We'll lower it. When you lower it, you give yourself more time, more even cooking. You just got to make sure everything cooks through and stays juicy. So we're good to go. We're going to wrap this and then we'll... sour cream and goat cheese and some cilantro. Dollop it on to finish it.
Where does the food come from, Jason?
The what?
Where does the food come from?
It's all from the Chicago Food Depository. Okay. That's who we're affiliated with. So the Pritzker family gives a lot of donations. I think their name's on it. The Pritzkers is Hilton or Hyatt? One of them. The Pritzkers, the Hyatt chain. So they're big in Chicago, and they give a lot of money, and that's where most of the food comes from. So we get every month we get a stipend of. They'll send us usually chicken. They'll send us some proteins, some chicken, ground beef. Sometimes we get catfish. We've gotten, what else have we got?
Pork patties.
Pork patties we've gotten, but they always give us proteins. They'll always give us some canned goods. And then we have, as the soup kitchen, Judy's raised money, so we have about a few $1,000s in credit that we go on the Chicago Food Depository website, and whatever we feel we want to add to it, then every month we do an order and add to it.
So it's nice, like with soup.
We always need cash, that's right.
Aha.
You're the one that always says we have plenty of cash.
No, I said I have plenty of credit.
Well, is that cash? Just cash.
You know, you guys want fresh salad, and I have to go buy all the salad ingredients. And you want all the stuff to serve with, I have to go buy salad.
There you go. There you go.
Judy, so people can send you donations?
We can take donations, but also our online website has, you can make donations to us via the church website.
And what's the name of the online?
United Church of Rogers Park.
Okay, so anybody who's watching this would like to make a donation, United Church of Rogers Park? Okay.
Which one?
produce we have to buy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'll make
Jason
sure.
brings a lot every time he comes.
Oh, goodness.
Obviously, somebody's helping him out.
That's Paramount Staffing. That's Matthew's, my brother's company. That's,
Okay.
If our cooks, bring blueberries, many of them bring fresh donations.
I would bet, yeah.
That's what I usually encourage. I don't encourage these things. There'll be cranberries coming into we get a lot of stuff.
Okay, a couple things now. Okay, we're gonna show you how to dice an onion. We're gonna separate garlic and mince this up. First thing you want to do after you sharpen your knife, whenever you're using a cutting board, grab a towel. This will help you a lot. Grab a towel, wet it up, damp it up, moisten it up.
Get it wet.
Get it wet and wring it out. And lift up your cutting board. Whenever you have a steel surface like this or anything that, it's not safe to cut on this because you're going to move it. So always use a damp towel. And what this is going to do is provide you with, it's not moving. Okay, so that's a nice little tip. Right here, this is our vegetables. So these are the canned vegetables that we use today. We have green beans and some corn. And we'll season it with a little salt and pepper, and we're going to dice some onions up and sweat those or caramelize them for a little flavor and some garlic. Basically, we add those in for some flavor, salt and pepper, and that's our vegetables. Maybe some fat, some butter, extra virgin olive oil, some more flavor. We're going to cook our pasta for the mac and cheese. We're getting our water ready. We got one more. Barb, grab me some covers when you get a chance.
One of the things that intrigued me about your cooking is that you could just serve people the canned corn or the bean soup, but you really put that extra in. Why is that you put the extra, all the herbs, the seasonings, the cilantro?
I guess there's a couple reasons, but since I have a fondness for cooking and I know how to add flavors, which basically you got to make sure you season things. There's a couple tips you can give to season things, and fresh herbs at the end are always nice. Too often they do all these different techniques and they forget the basics, which is to season something. And without seasoning, you get bland food. So just knowing the basics. Since I'm serving people, I want it to taste good. That's why I'll add these. You'll always add aromatics. There is a formula to cooking, and once you learn it, all recipes are kind of based on their templates. And you'll always see them starting with aromatics, and you'll add whatever other vegetables you have. Aromatics are basically flavor. Vegetables are flavor, and you'll season it. You'll have your seasonings, and then at the end, they'll add their fresh herbs.
And so today you went out and got some fresh parsley.
Basically today we got parsley, some fresh parsley, some onions, and garlic. And that's going to go into a variety of things. The onions and garlic are going to go into the soup, are going to go in the mac and cheese, and are going to go into the vegetables. Okay? And just these, easy as that, that's going to really kick it up. So that's why we add that. But you could go either way. And then we'll add some fat too. We'll add a little butter and extra virgin olive oil. Fat's always nice for flavor, texture, whatnot. And those things all help with cooking.
And I saw one of your volunteers bring in extra virgin olive oil that she's donating. And
Hey, how are you? Nah, we're pretty good to go right now. If you want to...
Hi, how you doing, baby?
And I saw that then you donated, you and your mom, the onion, the garlic, and the parsley. So it's a
Barb
team.
brought in extra virgin olive oil. Yeah, I mean, it's... Barb is always here, so we're always bringing in... If we have deals, Barb brings in a lot of stuff, but those are staples, Extra virgin olive oil we could always use, or whoever's cooking could use it. That's one of the real good oils because you can cook with it, you can use it in dressings, you can use it to flavor things, so it's a real nice item in the pantry to have. Usually expensive, and she got the bottles for $5, so if she finds deals, she'll bring it.
Yeah.
Always nice. Nice combination of fat is oil and butter, which a lot of cooks are doing now.
And I guess you sometimes go to the farmer's market.
What's that?
You sometimes go to the farmer's market?
Yeah, they have a farmer's market down the street here that they do every weekend, and we have a stand there. A soup kitchen, there's about 4 soup kitchens that have a stand there. We rotate every week, and we do it about 4 times out of the season. So once a month, 1.5 times a month. We were there last week, and we got, right now, as you know, as you said, you got from your market, it's lettuces and or mainly some collards, some collard greens. That's what's harvesting now. So there wasn't a big selection. Some cherry tomatoes were there, and as the season goes on, obviously we'll have more and more selection.
People shop, they donate to the Summer.
Okay, let's check our chicken. Speaking of the chicken,
Did you salt the pasta water?
I did not yet.
Wait, how many? Are you doing them in segments? You're going to do it in segments?
So I've just sort of been running it. But anytime you're
You
ready.
see, it's getting there. It's starting to crisp up, so that's good. And that's what we're looking for. We want to crisp. The color is also going to depend on if we put some more paprika or something. It would get a little darker. But that's getting nice and crispy. You can see the skin is crisping up. So we'll turn the oven down to 350 and let it cook throughout. We don't have to cover it because it's not close to, if it got too dark or whatnot, then you could always cover it with aluminum foil at this point and cook it throughout. But we're looking good, so we're going to put it back in. I know through experience I don't have to take a temp yet because it's not done. You'll learn through touch and whatnot. It's getting close. It probably needs about another 20 minutes.
Does that have oil first and then you put the rub on? Or
No oil on it.
dry rub?
I'll fatten the skin and everything to don't leave any fat.
Okay.